Hello students, today we will discuss dynamically equivalent system. Now what is dynamically equivalent system? Okay, first question from my side. So conversion of single point mass into 2 point mass system is called as dynamically equivalent system. Later we will discuss why this conversion is required, that is conversion of single point system into 2 point system. Let student, this is a rigid body. So this rigid body has a mass, let m. This rigid body has a mass m. So m is the mass of rigid body. Let we'll assume we know that mass is concentrated at center of gravity. So what I will do, I will convert this single point system into 2 point system. Let below figure just I have drawn showing a single point mass, that is m1, and second point mass m2. So this rigid body having mass m, I have converted into two mass system. So m1 and m2 are the respective masses of first point and second point. So let this rigid body has a concentrated mass, that is mass m at Cg. This is Cg. I will mention G as the center of gravity. So student, during conversion of single point mass system into 2 point mass system, certain condition must be satisfied. So first condition number 1, that is total mass of body or total mass of rigid body is equal to, that is m is equal to m1 plus m2. So suppose we have converted single point mass into 2 point mass system, then total mass of rigid body is equal to summation of mass of 2 point system. Now to have a system in perfectly dynamically equivalent condition, second condition which is satisfied by dynamically equivalent system is m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2. So any conclusion from second equation, student? What I have written, m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2, that is Cg of rigid body and Cg of this 2 point mass system coinciding with each other. So then only m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2. So here I will write down that distance between first mass and Cg is a1, the distance between second mass and Cg, this distance, student, distance between second mass and Cg, let a2. So m1 a1 is equal to m2 a2 is the second condition. So in another word, we can say that the Cg of single point system and CG of 2-point system coinciding with each other. Now, third condition is important, student. We are discussing conversion of single point system into 2-point system by neglecting correction couple. What is correction couple? That we will discuss. That is dynamically equivalent system with correction couple, dynamically equivalent system without correction couple. So without considering the correction couple, this case we are considering. So third condition, student, m1 a1 square, that is moment of inertia of first mass system, that is mi of first point mass, m1 a1 square. So m1 is the mass, a1 is the radius of gyration, you can say that. That is distance from point mass to CG, that is a1, m1 a1 square. Then moment of inertia for second mass system or second mass, m2 a2 square, that is summation of moment of inertia of 2-point masses must be equal to mk square. So k is the radius of gyration for this rigid body. K is the radius of gyration for this rigid body. M is the mass of this rigid body. So if this third condition satisfied, then we can say that this single point mass we have converted into 2-point mass system, or rigid body we are converted into 2-point mass system. Why to convert single point system into 2-point system? Question may be in your mind. See, student, if body has a irregular shape, if a body has a irregular shape, then location of CG will be difficult. So location of CG will take some time. Okay, so by using graphical method we must have to calculate, or either by using analytical method you can calculate, but it will take more time to locate the CG. So why location of CG is required? Because this dynamically equivalent system, this concept is used when body is in motion. That's why name is dynamically. Then when body is in motion, location of CG. Then after location of CG, next we can calculate the radius of gyration, that is k. If you know the radius of gyration, then we can calculate the moment of inertia. So if you know the moment of inertia, you can calculate the forces, that is if body is in a rotation, then rigid body is subjected to a rotational torque. So T is equal to I alpha, you can say that. T is equal to I alpha. So to calculate torque, I you must have to know. Alpha is the angular acceleration of rotating body. So in simple words, why conversion of single point into 2-point? That will be helpful to locate CG, since body has a irregular shape. Then after locating CG, we can find out the radius of gyration. Then next we can calculate the moment of inertia. So if moment of inertia you are knowing, you can calculate the inertia force or inertia torque. So that will be useful for further analysis. So because other analysis we can't do if you don't know the moment of inertia, if you don't know the forces acting on a moving body. So in maximum book, this elaboration is not mentioned. That is why we are converting single point system into 2-point system. So the logic behind this is, it will be helpful in the location of CG. It will be helpful to calculate K, that is the radius of gyration, then inertia force and other forces. Now, in final exam, problem may be asked. Okay, 5 marks theoretical question or problems, 8 or 10 marks problem. So in the problems it is mentioned, do the convert the given system into dynamically equivalent system. Convert the system into dynamically equivalent system. So your aim is to calculate the M1 and M2. That is calculation of first point mass, calculation of second point mass. Then generally in the problem, the information about the distances, that is A1, A2 are mentioned. So by using these three equilibrium condition, or by using these three condition, I will say, not equilibrium condition, by using these three condition, you can able to calculate M1 and M2. So remember this equation. Now how to calculate M1 and M2 by using these three equations, I will explain. So student, first three condition you already know. So by using first three condition, I will write down the calculation of M1. M1 is equal to M into A2 divided by A1 plus A2. This equation you are getting from first three conditions. Similarly, equation or calculation of M2, that is mass of second point M2, M, that is mass of rigid body, A1, it is the distance between CG and first point mass, divided by A1 plus A2. Now again third equation is the important equation. From this equation we will get radius of gyration. So radius of gyration A1 A2 is equal to K square. So from first three condition, again these three equation you are getting. So either calculation of M1, M2 or K. So generally in the problem it is mentioned, convert given system into dynamically equivalent system. So you must have to calculate the magnitude of point mass, that is M1 and M2. So first content of dynamically equivalent system, that is by neglecting the correction couple, that is dynamically equivalent system without correction couple we have discussed. Now I will discuss dynamically equivalent system with correction couple. So student, so third condition, that is M1 A1 square plus M2 A2 square is equal to MK square. So third condition will not be satisfied by considering the arbitrary system. So arbitrary system we are considering by neglecting correction couple, we are considering the arbitrary system. So with example I will discuss dynamically equivalent system with correction couple. So example of connecting rod. Student, let this is a small end of connecting rod. Big end of connecting rod, small end of connecting rod. Again, connecting rod, not a uniform shape at all. It has a irregular shape. So location of CG for regular shape body, simple. So for cylinder, for sphere, for block, location of CG by using simple geometrical. So by using simple geometry, we can locate the CG. But for irregular shaped body, location of CG is itself difficult. Okay. So with the help of dynamically equivalent system, this will be applied for moving body. So let G is the CG. So comparison of dynamically equivalent system with and without correction couple. So first, connecting rod, that is, let connecting rod has a mass m. So if I arbitrary system I have considered, then at small end, placing of first point mass, then at big end, let placing of second point mass. So same A1, A2, so 2 point system having same G. So this is the case we have already discussed, that is dynamically equivalent system having placing 2 point mass arbitrarily. Okay. So third condition will not be satisfied in case of connecting rod. Why? See, small end of connecting rod is connected to piston, big end is connected to crankshaft, and connecting rod has a oscillating motion or rotary motion, you can say that. There will not be complete rotation, so it has oscillating motion, that is to and fro motion. So third condition will not be satisfied, that is m1 into a1 square plus m2 into a2 square is equal to mk square. Let k is the radius of gyration of connecting rod. This condition will not be satisfied because due to execution of certain forces by crank and crankshaft, okay, on big end of connecting rod. Similarly at small end, due to piston force, because small end is connected to piston. So third condition will not be satisfied, that is the actual torque acting on connecting rod will be lesser than that of the theoretical torque, or by considering the arbitrary condition. So how to do the exact analysis? So in an exact analysis, so this first point mass, okay, this point mass, I will assume the second point mass, okay, placed at same position, that is M2. This is G, same distance, that is distance between G and M2, same as that of the previous one, A2. But so we can decide the location of either point number, first point mass or second point mass. Suppose I have considered the position of second point mass same as that of the previous case. So but this first point mass other than the distance A1. Suppose I will consider here A3. So here A3 is lesser than that of the A1. A1 is greater than the A3. So this is the exact conversion of single point mass, that is connecting rod having mass M. I have located or in 2-point mass system having corresponding distances, that is distance between M1 and G, A3, and distance between M2 and G is A2. See student, previously by placing arbitrary masses, that is directly at small end, I have center of small end, let M1 is the location of first point mass, at the center of big end location of point mass I have considered. Okay, that will be the approximate analysis. So calculation of M1 and M2, so you must have to consider this second case now. Okay, so calculation of M1 and M2 will be different. So how to calculate M1 and M2, that we will discuss. Now student, A1 and A2 will be the k square as per first case is concerned, right? It is. Now new moment radius of gyration you must have to mention, that is k1 square for second case. For second case, concentrate on second case, will be A2 into A3. So right student, now next I will calculate or substitute the value of I, that is the moment of inertia when placing the mass arbitrary. I is equal to same mk square. Student, substitute the value of, that is k square is equal to A1, A2 here for further simplification. Similarly I1, that is new moment of inertia. See, moment of inertia will be changed as placing of M1 and M2 are altered with respect to CG. So I1 is equal to M into K1 square. So new radius of gyration. So K1 calculation, K1 is A2, A3. So our aim is to calculate A2, A3. Then only K1 you can calculate. So after knowing K1 you can calculate the I1. Similarly, if you know the A2, A3, then only you can calculate the M1 and M2. So that empirical relation we will discuss later. Okay. So next, student, arbitrary position. Okay, now no need to consider the arbitrary position. For comparison, just I have mentioned the arbitrary position. So last content of second module we are discussing, that is dynamically equivalent system with correction couple. Now student, we have calculated or denoted value of k1 square a2 a3. So k square a1 a2 we already discussed calculation of k1, so I1. So next so correction couple, student, let TC is the correction couple. So correction couple is TC. So how to calculate this correction couple? Or change in couple delta T, I can, it will be T minus TC, or TC is equal to T plus delta T, change in couple. So substitute the value of T. So what will be the value of T? So T will be I into alpha. So TC, value of TC will be I1 into alpha, same angular acceleration. So I is the moment of inertia by considering the arbitrary position, I1 is the moment of inertia by considering the revised position. So T is the couple in an arbitrary condition. So TC is the couple in new position. So delta T, T minus TC. So student, substitute the value of T and TC. So substitute the value of then I and I1 in this equation, delta T equation. Substitute the value of I and I1. So after substituting the value of I and I1, that is mk square and mk1 square, again substitute the value of k and k1, that is k1 square is equal to a2 a3, k square a1 a2. So finally, so final expression we are getting like this, delta T is equal to after all substitution I will get this equation. So again, by simplifying this equation, m alpha into a2 in bracket a minus a. Now student, this value a, small a and capital A. Small a, listen properly, small a is the distance between 2-point mass, that is distance between m1 and m2 in an arbitrary condition. So this a is equal to a1 plus a2. Okay, so this a is the distance between first point mass and second point mass in first case, that is in an arbitrary condition. And capital A, it is the distance between revised position of 2-point mass. So we are revise the position of first point mass, position of second point mass, same position we have taken. So the distance between 2-point mass, by considering correction couple, that distance is a. Listen student, a, that is small a, always greater than capital A. So this will helpful to calculate delta T. So value of correction couple will be mentioned in the final exam. So we can calculate the m1 and m2. So with the help of delta T, we are able to calculate either a2 or distance a2. So from distance a2 you can calculate a3. So that will be helpful to calculate the m1. So if you see the several problems or several numericals, you will easily understand. So student, so dynamically equivalent system, that is nothing but calculation of point masses, that is m1 and m2. So mass of rigid body will be mentioned in the problem. So simple straightforward problems. So generally application of dynamically equivalent system, that is specific application, that is problem on connecting rod, repeatedly asked in a university question paper. So analysis of irregular shaped body, that is rigid body, then analysis of connecting rod you must have to do. So straightforward problem in final exam. So initially student will be confused, what is this dynamically equivalent system? Lot must stuff are given in various books, okay, that is irrelevant step. So as per your academic is concerned. So we have sufficiently discussed enough content to solve problem on dynamically equivalent system. So thank you student.